Hello and welcome to Bell Curve Gaming, and today I'm bringing you a Toxtricity VMAX deck. Now I'm going to do what I did in my last video. I might do this for a little while just because I'm a little bit time poor at the minute. In that I'm throwing my list idea together. I have played a couple of games with this one now. That's the only difference, but we might refine the deck a little bit as we go with different ideas that I've got with it, and depending how the things play. But I'll include the latest deck list that I end up with in the description, so check that out there, or join the journey and you can see the changes we make as we go. So Toxtricity VMAX got a 320 HP, does 160 base damage for 3 energies, 2 of them needing to be lightning, but if it's your opponent's active Pokemon is poisoned, it does an extra 80 damage, so it's 240 base, and we can increase that even higher with the electro powers. So being a lightning Pokemon, we can use that synergy. Now I think to get the opponent poisoned, because obviously that's something we're going to be having to do, the obvious card to use here is Garbodor, that's just come out in Rebel Clash. So it's got the Poisonous Puddle ability, which once per turn, if a stadium is in play, you make the opponent's active Pokemon poisoned, which allows our Toxtricity VMAX to hit for 240 damage. It also allows our Toxtricity V to hit for 180 if we can't find our Toxtricity VMAX, and that can be handy numbers as well to be able to be to be hitting with the Toxtricity V here as a 2 prize card attacker. So there are primary attackers. The rest of what I've got here is about trying to get ourselves set up. Now the biggest concern that I have is this 3 energy attack cost, and being able to accelerate quickly enough to be able to attack and get good use out of our Toxtricity VMAXs. So obviously we've got the Tapu Koko. It's been in the been in for a while, which allows us to get 2 lightning energies from the discard onto 2 different bench Pokemon, so that provides a little bit of lightning acceleration. Thunder Mountain works well for lightning acceleration as well, and we need to have a stadium in play to be able to use the Garbodor as well. It doesn't have to be our stadium, that's something that's important to note, but the stadium does need to be in play. So that's another way that we could get there. But I'm also experimenting with this Boltund, because this is also a form of energy acceleration that we can actually use if we're going like second or something, and can be nuts because it can set up a Toxtricity VMAX on the back line. And then we might actually use this Bolt Storm attack here and there as well if the Toxtricity V did live. So that's another guy that we've got for energy acceleration to help us set up. Now, the rest of it, the rest of the Pokemon, I should say, we've got the Eldegoss because it's just nuts. Getting a supporter from the discard straight into your hand allows us to reuse supporters. We've got the Dead Change to help us try and set up. I'm umming and erring about whether I want a second one. I'm tempted to make that a second one. And we've got Jirachi, just because Jirachi is amazing, especially when we've got Switch and Skateboard synergies here to use with our Jirachi. Now, the other thing that we've got with our switching as well is the Mallow and Lana, because we've got 320 HP. I really like having Mallow and Lana here, so we've got a 1-of this. Keep in mind, it can be a 2-of with the Eldegoss if we need it to be. Once again, this is a card that I'm just looking at numbers-wise, whether or not we want to make a 2-of in the actual deck itself. In terms of the other supporters, we've got Boss's Orders because it's the best draw in the game. 2 copies of that, 3 copies if we need the Eldegoss. We've got Guzma and Halla. Now this one, I'm hearing about the numbers of as well. We've currently got it a 1-of, but it allows us to discard 2 cards from our hand and then pull in a Pokemon Tool card, a Special Energy, and also a Stadium. Now, obviously we need the Stadium for the Garbodor, but it can pay for, energy costs that we need by pulling in maybe Thunder Mountain and a Speed Energy. And the Speed Energy is absolutely nuts because it allows us to, when we put it onto a Pokemon, draw 2 cards. So the 2 cards that you've discarded, it then allows you to speed through that deck as well and get some extra draw out of it. Now, where I'd get that number from, I'm thinking, is maybe Volkner. Volkner feels good later in the game. It allows you to pull a lightning energy, not a special lightning energy, but allows you to pull any item card that you want. So it's probably got more versatility and more options, so that's the reason why I've left it at 2-of, but, we might play with those numbers. The Marnie and the Professor's Research, we've gone 3-3. I'm thinking that I might even go back to Cynthia for this, just because sometimes Marnie doesn't feel really good to play. Sometimes it feels absolutely insane, but that's the deck at the moment. Let's get into some games, I reckon. So we shall find Toxtricity. And yeah, this card just looked really, really neat, so that's the reason why it was pretty high priority on my list to check out. Wasn't the cheapest of cards to go and get though. So hopefully it does alright. Hopefully we don't see fighting decks. Because they'll probably be an auto loss. I mean, I don't really know what my answer is to fighting decks. Just be quicker than them. I don't know how quick this deck's going to be though. Now, we've won this. Here's the thing. Do we want to go first? Do we want to go second? So going second gives us the option of using supporters. Gives us the option of using bolt-on. Let's try going second. Let's try going second. I feel it just gives us more options to try and get a bit more of an explosive start. Not necessarily expecting to get... Oh, Tangrowth. Evolutions is the key if it's going to be using... It'll be using that stadium, that new stadium that adds to the retreat cost. This is actually a deck that I want to have another look at because of that stadium that we've got sitting around. So it's going to have Absols. It's going to make retreating extremely hard. I'm probably losing this Trubbish, to be honest, on the next turn. I think that's for sure. We're going to have to try and keep that Mallow and Lana in play. Nearly thinking maybe a Marnie. So we're losing this Trubbish. We need to get set up Toxtricity then. Kind of want to save this to be able to oust the stadiums for later. I'm not going to draw into it with Marnie, am I? And I want to save Mallow and Lana because I feel like healing is going to be super important against a one prize card matchup. I think we're going to Dead-Eye change here. We're not going to get the acceleration at all. Yeah, I'm feeling Dead-Eye change is really, really important here. Does give him an easy kill on the back line though, which is a little bit disappointing. And that did not help. We've got Thunder Mountain for next turn though, so we only need a Lightning NG, as long as we don't get hand disrupted. So a Lightning NG and we're attacking. And we're actually getting it to KO, and if we want to get it with the Toxtricity. My concern with that though is having this Absol sitting here. I might need to try and evolve you. Oh wow, he's bricked. I don't want to Marnie then. But I'd need to Marnie. Or I just wait till next turn. Does that feel bad just to wait till next turn? I mean, what would I need to attack now? I need a switch. I'm going to wait till next turn. As stupid as that is, let's just poison this Tangler. Because there's no way I'm getting a switch. A Lightning. A switch on Lightning off of 5 cards is a huge risk, but it's a huge power move as well if I got it. I'm going to wait. And just accept this Trubbish goes down. No. Oh, thank you. Thankfully. Wasn't too bad. I just don't want to Marnie. See, this is what I'm talking about, where Marnie feels great sometimes and feels horrendous other times. And you look at what's happening here, like it just feels so bad. Maybe I will just Marnie my way out of this. I mean, I'm going to have to if I don't get a Lightning NG. So we're going to have to go here. These E-powers are probably a waste, aren't they? I'm just going to get rid of them. Not that we could have drawn into them, but hey. Wow. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? We're bricked. We are massively bricked. I needed those E-powers to get the KO. So this is where I'm super concerned about like the NG acceleration or lack thereof. So what's my retreat cost at the moment? 4. And it can be made up to 6. But if he like gets rid of the Thunder Mountain right now, I can't attack next turn. Unless I keep this as a poison jab. That's interesting. I'll take that. Honestly. Because we can switch straight back, so that's fine. Is there anything else I want to do? I don't think so. We'll Poisonous Puddle this guy just because we can. We want to run a switch. Do we want Jirachi down? Possibly, because we got Mellow and Lana that we can go to as Desperation. I mean, Jirachi's not great in this matchup. Anyway, VMAX Riot. We're not in the greatest of spots, I'm not going to lie. Professor's Research, that's really good. It's going to suck that I have to probably Professor's Research my Mallow and Lana, but beggars can't be choosy. Alright, we're going to get stamped to 4. He's got Cynthia. So the upside is these Absols aren't adding to my Toxtricity's retreat. So this is doing what? 70 at the minute. You can add another 60 damage with a Stadium. Right, with that Galar Mine. It's 130. But that's still 3-shotting. And I've got Mallow and Lana at some stage. So I think I've got some time now. It's going to get rid of the Thunder Mountain, that's unfortunate. See, Amani feels bad again. I mean, I don't know whether he's got a supporter or not sitting in hand. Doesn't feel the greatest. Are you serious? You're going to use that Tangle Drag again. That is annoying, dude. That is so annoying. I've got one more switch in deck. Found it. Alright, VMAX Riot. Get rid of that Tangler. Stop using that stupid Tangle Drag. Out of switches. Still haven't been able to set up my other Toxtricity yet. So this is where I held the Dust Island for a reason. Oh, are you kidding me? Although you've got the KO on this guy, so I guess your aim from here is just to take down a Toxtricity VMAX. So this is where I need to set up another Toxtricity VMAX, and then I need to find my way into a Mallow and Lana to be able to switch it. That's really what we're going for. But I definitely high rolled in getting those switches when I did. Are you seriously just playing the whole game of trying to lock me into a Pokemon? So your retreat cost is way too high at the minute. There's no way I'm ever getting you out of the active. I can't believe you didn't attack there. I actually can't believe you didn't attack. It's Pity that I can't get that Mallow and Lana in any way. Let's just start setting up Toxtricity V though. I'll Poisonous Puddle this guy. I'm going to use this to thin the deck. This could be useful if he drags like Garbodor up or something. I doubt he will. What's going to be most useful here? Board's probably not. E-Power's probably not. The other way was to actually get this Tingly Return. That's something he probably hasn't thought of either. Let's get E-Power. I'm thinking a Tingly Return. It's a pity I put that onto you. Alright. Yeah, Tingly Return's actually a great way to get it out. It's going to stamp me. So is he going to take out the Toxtricity V? I have no idea really this game plan. I can't believe he didn't take out Dedede. Unless his plan is like, how much gusting does he have? He has an insane amount of gusting. So maybe his plan is to take out this guy, Dedede, and Garbodor. But why would have you gusted out this then? Oh, to get it before I evolve it? That would be why, wouldn't it? You're lucky I'm bricked. We're just going to Poison Jab. So he's got two prizes here. You can either try and get after the Toxtricity VMAX. I am getting sick of the amount of gusting this deck has. It's an insane amount of gusting. Pokemon Catcher, 3 Pokemon... so 3 Pokemon Catchers. A great catcher. We haven't seen Boss's orders yet. I'm assuming that's probably coming at some stage. 4th Pokemon catcher. Like, how much gusting does this deck have? It's actually a joke the amount of gusting this deck has. Alright, well, we'll do this. So I've only got Volkner in the bin or Marnie. I don't have any Lightning Energies even in the bin yet. Getting sick of the hand disruption as well. So I might actually... I'm not going to use Boltund here. Might do this just to pull this out. Might chuck this on some people. And then just G-Max right, take this out. Trying to thin the deck a little bit as well because I'm looking for my Mallow and Lana. Because I have concern that I need to get this guy healed. I need a top deck of Mallow and Lana. I also desperately need... Maybe I should have kept that quick ball because I might need a lightning energy. I may need that lightning energy. It's going to use Mew to set up the numbers. Get that KO on the back line. Does that fix the numbers perfectly for him? No, he needs to hit 160, 170, 180. 180. Can he hit 180? That's the question. That is the question, whether or not he can hit 180. Oh, I had speed energies on him. That's annoying. Do I want to boss his orders here or not? I might need to I doubt I'm delaying. Am I delaying? Prob's not. I feel like there's nothing else I need to do. So let's just VMAX right. It's up to him. Can he get the KO on Toxtricity this turn? He probably has more gusting to delay this again. Can't believe the amount of gusting we've seen in this game. It's actually insane. How has this deck flowed this well with that much gusting? 2 Cynthias, 3 Oaks, a Marnie, 2 Marnies. I mean, he's got some draw. Oh, I think I'm getting confused with these Tangle Drags as well, because he used Tangle Drags as another method, which was super annoying. No. Alright, so he doesn't have it. So we get home here. Boom. Alright, that was a super annoying match to start the day. But we got there. Just the amount of gusting that deck had just made it so frustrating to play against. I mean, we high rolled the switches early, which I think really made the difference in that match. Just being able to high roll and get those switches against that deck. I'm still really on the fence about those Marnies. Should I turn them to Cynthias? It's actually also one of those decks where Tate and Liza is absolutely nuts as a supporter when they're trying to lock you. I know that I am experimenting going second at the moment. I know that I used to run Tate and Liza all the time, and I absolutely love Tate and Liza because it did add that flexibility to your game. And I like having flexibility, so if they're trying to do all that gusting shenanigans, you've just got those extra, you know, backup switches that you can use. I mean, I know it's not that often you're probably wanting to use it for a switch, so yeah. So a Dead change to set up. What have we got? Baby Blounds. Now this is probably a really bad matchup for me. I can't imagine Baby Blounds being a very good matchup. It's probably one of the few single prize attackers that I think can really roll with these big tanky Pokemon running around. It's easy to set up. We're going to need Bossaurs to try and pick off 2 prize card Pokemon that he's got sitting there. We're going to need to probably get Toxtricity down. So we'll get rid of Tool Scrapper. Get ourselves Toxtricity. I mean, I'm going to be oaking this. That's not oaking. I keep calling it oak for some reason. I'm going to be researching this away. So I could go and get Jirachi Pole as well. I could go and get Boltund. But then that gives him a 2 prizer, and I really feel like that's bad to do. So what we might do is we might leave Trubbish in the active. No, we need to get rid of this. I think this is a Dead change turn. We need to go and get Tapu Koko. I think that's just a must. See if we can find ourselves another Toxtricity V. We're going to Quick Ball because we're going to Dead change his hand. In fact, we can get our Toxtricity V this way. That's fine. We could also get our Jirachi, you know. But then I need to get the Toxtricity V again to make the most of it again. I think we just grab Toxtricity V for the moment. Chuck this onto you. Dead change. I'm just assuming he's got the KO this turn. What do we want here? Stamp doesn't feel good yet. Research, we just might as well pull that out. So we've got the Garbodor. We've only got one Lightning Energy in the bin, and that's my major concern just the minute. We don't get an energy attachment this turn because we failed to find another energy. So we've seen half the deck and one energy card, or did I have an energy card in my first hand that I just had to get rid of? But yeah, that's insane. Like half the deck and I wasn't able to find 2 energy cards. That's pretty disappointing. But this is certainly a matchup that I'm not going to feel confident in. So Trubbish goes the active to give me a pivot. We're going to have to research and we're going to have to try and find our way into our Thunder Mountain. That's the only way that we're getting a KO this turn. And I've also got to hope that his last card there and whatever he gets from his prizes when he wants to select it is not... Yeah, we're going to have to... The big issue is I'm going to be getting rid of my Garbodor. That's not going to matter. Garbodor doesn't matter. We're going to have to research, just straight research, get rid of this. Feels bad, but that's what happens when you get complete trash. Still only got 1 energy card. Wow, we are so far behind in this matchup. So far behind in this matchup. We can attack. I can't believe we only got 1 energy card out of that. Like, we've got 11 energies in deck. And I've seen 2. And I've now seen over half my deck if you count 6 prizes. I have actually seen over half my deck. Grab that Jirachi. Just as a pivot Pokemon for later. Do I go to this just so it's harder to kill? It's got 2 hair cards. I think we do because I've got to try and live a turn. Got to try and live for a turn. I mean, this last spot is just completely wasted at the minute. VMAX, right? And this is my main concern about the energy acceleration that I'm talking about. So my main plan is hope that he bricks and hope Jirachi gets nothing. And Oricorio gets nothing. Yeah, nah, we're done for. We are absolutely done for. 100%. And he's got a heat factory that he can chuck down. Like, there is no way he doesn't just set up and absolutely destroy me here. Yep, there's the welder. And we're done. There's the setup for the KO. 3 prize cards. I can't attack for another 3 turns. It's GG's. It is well and truly GG's. Well done. Like I said, Baby Blounds is going to be a really bad matchup. It's one of the few single prize card Pokemon, though, that are still around that are good. And I don't mind seeing that, to be honest. I'm a big fan of seeing single prize Pokemon ruin VMAX Pokemon's day. So it's good to see that still in the format. But I still can't believe how bad that was. Like, that's just bad RNG. Getting, so there's 6 prize cards. I've seen 34 cards in my deck and only 2 energies in that time. I don't reckon that would happen very often. What am I thinking about this going second business? I mean, I haven't used that Boltund at all yet. Or Jirachi in the active, Boltund. We're going to have to go Jirachi in the active. We don't have a supporter and we've got to try and set up. I think we still go Boltund down. That's an easy call. But we go Jirachi in the active. This is a great opportunity to see how good you are. Because I have been energy dry. So this is now to see, does Boltund do the work here? This is what I've been envisioning, like Boltund, turn 1. Do I go with second Boltund maybe? Maybe I'm not running enough Boltund. Don't know. We're already our 3rd game in. Dark City. Down. So. We're going to quick ball. Get rid of the Jirachi. Go and get ourselves... Oh, you know what I should have done? Stellar Wished first. Just in case I miss supporters. Because otherwise I need Dedenne off this. Yeah, that's a huge mistake. Because now I've got to decide, do I just grab Dedenne just in case? Or do I just try setting up the Toxtricity? Let's just take a chance. I've already made the misplay. Come on, find me a supporter. Marnie, that'll do. That'll do. I mean, the other thing I could do is Volkner, which will get me the Lightning Energy in the board. But that's pretty dangerous not having a supporter for next turn. But what do I need is a Lightning Energy in a board out of those 5 cards. Let's keep the pressure on. Let's grab Volkner. This is a greedy pull. Really wish I'd pulled... This is greedy, but do this. I mean, this could get a Lightning Energy and Quick Ball. And really test... I mean, I've got 2 switches and 2 boards. Yeah, let's do this. Let's greed for... I feel like this is better. This feels better. We'll go and grab ourselves Dedenne. Because surely I find my way into a switch. Which of course I don't. Alright, greeted. Didn't find it. Unfortunate. But we got Volkner here, so we can go and get what we need. Oops. So we can speed NG onto our Toxtricity. And then NG accelerate with the Boltund. Does suck that it gives him more time though. So we got Malamar. I have no idea what Malamar VMAX does here. Should we see whether we get the board first? We can research the hand, or I feel like grabbing this for next turn is more important than anything else, so we'll grab this for next turn. What we will do is Volkner right now, go and get the board. And the Lightning Energy, do we want an extra Lightning Energy if we're researching next turn? Probably actually, because we can NG attach as well, yeah. We'll then NG attach here. Alright, we didn't need the extra Lightning Energy, as it turned out. This guy might as well be poisoned. And we'll Electrify. So we're probably attacking with Boltund to begin with, while we try digging for another Toxtricity. Throwing this many NGs into the bin feels really, really bad. Might chuck an NG onto the Deado. That might be something I do. Isn't it funny? Last match, couldn't find an NG in the top 40 cards of your deck or 30 cards of your deck. This match, I can't like get away from NGs. What's this being NG? Oh, it's not. We can switch, which is good. Do I look for a different supporter other than Professors? I mean, this could also get me a Quick Ball. Could get me, it won't get me a Volkner. I feel like there's options that this could get me that's good. Comms is not one of them. I need to keep that in deck. That is unfortunate. Poisonous Puddle. I like setting this up for a nice little tingly return. Which, if you think about it, I could get into that this turn. If I get my Thunder Mountain. But it means that's my last stadium for the game. So that... And I actually need bench space as well, because I'm running out of energies very quickly. So I do need bench space. My mic seems to be playing up. Alright, so what do you do? Opponent reveals their hand, choose a card that you find there, put it at the bottom of the deck. So that'll probably be Marnie gone here. I would assume. Possibly Mallow and Lana. Yeah, Mallow and Lana. Alright. Oh yeah, you wouldn't get rid of Marnie. There'd be no point right now. So, we can Poisonous Puddle. E-Power. We don't have a good attacker next turn just yet, but we do have Paralysis play if we need to as a potential option. just thin my deck a little bit more. If he KOs this, the Elder Goss can go and get me whatever I want. So that's what we'll get. And VMAX Riot. So now we can tingly return on the next one. I wouldn't mind finding the Thunder Mountain to do that tingly return. But I guess an energy attachment there is not the end of the world. So if he drops the Elder Goss back into deck, that's fine. We can research. If he drops the research back into deck, that's fine. I wouldn't mind getting rid of this, to be honest. But I don't think I've got an attacker here that can get rid of that. I mean, maybe you. What have I got to get to? 200? Nah, very unlikely you. Because that's 6 NGs on the board. I forget what that even was. Oh, boss's orders. Okay, so yeah, I can't get rid of that. So, Jirachi up. Got Marnie in the bin. So this is where Marnie feels good in hand. So we're going to comms back the Jirachi. I think we're going to Marnie here. Which means I actually want to comms back the Elder Goss so I've got a chance of drawing that again. We want the Tapu Koko. We're probably, yeah, we're looking for a Dead-A hit, aren't we? That's really what we're looking for. How many base Genjis are in here? 5, yeah, plenty. Sweet. So Dance the Ancients. We'll grab you, grab you. Have an NG, have an NG. Because what we can do is we can jump to a 1 prizer. So we can jump to like this Jirachi here. Two boss's orders in hands, I like that. What I don't have is that final energy yet. But having said that, I'll get those energies back with that. So maybe a Mallow and Lana, I think, is what we want here. Probably don't need that, but anyway. We want to empty this. So I might put that to you. We're going to retreat. We're going to Tingly Return. Get our Dead-A back. Give him a Jirachi. Now this is dangerous in that he could boss's orders me. That's something I didn't think of. And single shot this. Yeah, that was something I never thought of. So he's got 3 NGs in play. You can get 4, 5 easily enough. 150. So that still might not be enough for the Toxtricity. I need your evolution, I think, don't I? 2 prize cards away. Is there? Oh, there's a Dead-A there. So he has to get this Toxtricity off the board this turn. Okay. That makes it much more challenging. So what do I need? I need my Toxtricity VMAX and I need to be able to boss's orders. So having Dead-A in hand is really useful here. How much VMAXs do I have left? 1, if it's in deck. Oh, it's in hand. Oh, that's game. This doesn't even matter. Boss's orders, Dead A. That's the reason Dead A's feel so bad in this game. And VMAX Riot. Alright. There we go. So it feels a lot better when you're up against like other VMAX decks, just because you can hit much bigger numbers. Being able to tingly return on that Dead A was pretty handy as well. It just gave me reuse the Dead A if I needed to be able to dig my way out. So yeah, I put myself in the end in a pretty strong position. So let's have a look at the deck just before I finish, because I'm going to finish up there. Any changes I would make with it. This Boltund, do I like it? I mean, you can see in the early games, I've only played 3 just then, but you can see in the early games there that getting NG acceleration is a little bit of an issue in this deck. So I feel like Boltund is really, really good to have. So I think you keep that. The Mallow and Lana I wasn't getting a huge amount of use of, so I think a 1-of's okay, because you can see that he wanted to get rid of that Mallow and Lana so I couldn't heal. So that was something that was really important. So I think that as a 1-off is okay. Guzma and Hala I wasn't finding much use out of. I think this is like, if you've got it in turn 1, it could be okay. Otherwise, maybe not. Do I go with another draw support rather than the Guzma and Hala? That might be the play. That are my thoughts on the deck anyway. I'm actually going to leave the list as is. I think I need a few more games before I start fiddling a little bit more. But there's Toxtricity VMAX. You can see that this guy is like an absolute powerhouse. So being able to hit 240 and then being able to like bring that even higher with the electro powers is pretty insane. There's a lot of support going on, obviously, with the lightning Pokemon around and also the Garbodors that are sitting around as well. So yeah, I had fun. Good powerhouse deck to play. And if you like this video, be sure to give it a like, and I will catch you in the next one.